this video, I'll prove definitively that Greek and Roman societies, ancient Greece and ancient Rome, are pure evil, and that fraternities and governments that we have today, which are basically modeled after Greek and Roman governments, are pure evil, and that people have a severe problem with brain function. They show a lack of moral outrage in the face of an overwhelming set of reasons for them to feel righteous indignation and moral outrage. All right, so first of all, the word Greek is like the word greed. Is this a coincidence? I'll prove definitively also that it is not. So first I'll start with a fact I've been bringing up recently a lot. The 9 million people starve to death every year. Okay? That's 25,000 a day or so, which is over 1,000 an hour. Over 1,000 an hour. Okay? That is ridiculous. So why don't people care? Now let's look at this number some more. If that number remained consistent in the last 100 years or so, that's somewhere around 1 billion people in the last 100 years or so. There's some rich people that are over 100 alive right now, or around 100. Okay? If we look at it in the last 30 years, last 40 years, okay, the number is 360 million people. So in about my lifetime, around 40 years old, 360 million people have starved to death because of the governing class's policies. They had the power to threaten every underdeveloped nation, okay, as an alliance of developed nations into doing the right thing. They didn't. They played their silly war games. In fact, there was the Greek theater, and they even called it the theater of war. What was the war about? Why do they care if poor nations, like African nations, Middle Eastern nations, okay, from Southern Asian nations, Southeast, what have you, why do they care if they're communist or capitalist? When you really think about it, it doesn't make sense. You look at their theories, their arguments, they were stupid, right? They wanted to create buffer zones, right? Kind of proxy zones around Russia and so on and so forth. It's stupid, okay? Their logic was off. Those zones could easily be invaded. They could easily be bombed, okay? Also, they didn't manage to actually create those zones, okay? And by the time we get to this point in technology, how significant is it to have those zones? So the technology was going to improve anyway, and even if they turned those countries, so what? The missiles would have more effective long-range capabilities and so on and so forth. So when you think it through, to make a long story short, you see that it is stupid. Okay. So greed and Greek. So the number of people that starve to death. Obviously, there's a bunch of rapes and other things. 433,000 rapes a year in America. Okay. 72 people are raped every day in the military on average. Things like this. Okay. So there's all kinds of other problems. There's murder and so on and so forth. We'll get to that. So first of all, should they be afraid to be mad? Well, number one, people die anyway. If people die anyway, should you be afraid of what's going to happen to you if you start telling the truth and being angry? Okay? When people used to go to war with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 family members, should you be afraid of what is going to happen to your family? They used to go to war over much less than this, mind you. When you talk about the best years of your life, I used to describe it as 18 to 28, but it's really more like 21 to 28. Because when you're 18, you're still kind of young. So for those measly 8 years or so, 21 through 28, okay, should you be afraid to do the right thing? Should you be afraid that your family members are going to miss out on those measly 8 years? Okay? You know, it's stupid. So let's point number 3, let's talk about women, okay? For the guys. This is important. A lot of people don't want this to be discussed, but it's important. Females are not worth selling your soul for or conforming to the New World Order. Okay? What type of females do we have? Those Greek society females, sorority chicks, cheerleaders, new age chicks, corporate kind of sexually immoral chicks, secretaries, actresses, entertainers, escorts, strippers, gangsta chicks, okay? Models, kind of ditzy models, gold diggers, obviously gender neutral, athletic chicks, hood chicks, overconfident, foolish chicks, witches, Satanists, drug addicts, gold diggers, goths, emos, heavy metal people, gay, biker chicks, rocker chicks, social norm fanatics, going on and on about who does that. No, airheads. They're stupid. Okay, erotic desire chicks. You look at the vast majority of chicks, conformists. They're too stupid to get mad about this and to obey God through me. Not a single female obey God through me. That's. You see my other videos for that. Okay, just nonsense. Okay, so let's talk about what happens if you don't get mad and you just are part of the problem. You're complicit with corporate mass murder, okay, calculated mass murder, starvation, mass rape, mass drugging, mass theft and exploitation, idolatry,